Good morning, students. We'll continue chapter 13, a comparative study of India, Pakistan and China. Today, we'll try to understand the growth strategy of India and China, because we have already read the strategy of India and Pakistan. The principal features of growth strategy of India and China are, the first one is, in India, it was a mixed economy model of growth. Secondly, the key role was given to the public sector. Secondary role was given to the private sector, because there is a mixed economy, as there is existence of both public and private sector. China also adopted a model of growth under government control. All the countries relied on public sector as the core sector of the economy. It means whether it is China or India or Pakistan, all the three countries, they relied more on the public sector as a core sector, and all the countries, they relied basically on inward looking strategy of growth. That means सभी तीनों countries ने inward looking strategy of growth को ही follow किया है. As the time passed, the strategy of growth has undergone a significant change in India. The first change was, now the government of India relying on both public sector and private sector, but greater importance is given to private sector rather than public sector. Now it provides greater importance to foreign direct investment rather than the domestic investment. In China, the core element of the growth model has not changed. Comparative performance of the economies of India and China is that it can be explained with the help of the following parameters. First parameter is GDP growth. Here we will study the growth story of India and China. Growth story of India is that in 2019, GDP of India was estimated to be 2.972 trillion USD. The GDP growth in India showed a substantial rise only after 1991. There are some basic factors behind it, because we adopted the new economic policy in 1991. The first factor is a massive shift towards privatization. Secondly, transformation towards liberalization. And thirdly, greater reliance on export promotion. इम्पोर्ट सब्सटीट्यूशन हमने अडॉप्ट किया था, साथ में एक्सपोर्ट प्रमोशन को बढ़ावा दिया गया था. FDI was the main source of investment. GDP growth rate in India has increased due to a new economic policy. However, since 2014, employment opportunities have been reduced. Growth without employment is becoming an emerging challenge of the Indian economy. Now come to the growth story of China. In 2019, GDP in China was estimated to be 14.2 trillion USD. It achieved the distinction of second largest economy in the world. There are some basic factors behind it. The first reason is China shifted from the centrally planned economy to a market economy. Secondly, it focused on export related domestic production. Thirdly, it facilitated the flow of FDI. And fourthly, availability of cheap labor force gave China a comparative cost advantage. Fifthly, अपने GDP ग्रोथ को बढ़ाने के लिए चाइना ने एक सेज स्पेशल इकोनॉमिक जोन जो है इस्टेब्लिश किए थे. सिक्स्थली, जो GDP ग्रोथ ही अचीव की गई थी, उसमें चाइना ने सबसे ज़्यादा फोकस किया था FDI पर, फॉरेन डायरेक्ट इन्वेस्टमेंट पर, अलॉन्ग विद द डोमेस्टिक इन्वेस्टमेंट. A good GDP growth in export was achieved through external demand. अब इसकी consequences क्या थी, conclusions क्या थे? First ये है कि China performed better than India and Pakistan with regard to GDP growth. अगर हम GDP growth को compare करेंगे तो चाइना की जो GDP growth थी वो सबसे अच्छी थी इंडिया और पाकिस्तान के कंपैरिजन में. सेकेंडली, इंडिया ने परफॉर्म किया पाकिस्तान से ज़्यादा अच्छा, लेकिन चाइना से अच्छा हम परफॉर्म नहीं कर पाए. Thirdly, the reason of success of China was strong political stability. अब चाइना का जो सक्सेस जो मिली थी, उसके पीछे जो रीज़न था, जो मेन था, वो ये था कि भी वहाँ पर पॉलिटिकल स्टेबिलिटी बहुत ज़्यादा स्ट्रॉन्ग थी और अभी भी है. Thus, China has proved if we use national resources in the best interest of the nation, then growth can be achieved easily. Now come to the structure of growth. The growth process causes a shift in sectoral share in output and employment. Let's understand it with the help of a table. Now look at the table. Uh, the first we can observe that both the countries have experienced a noticeable structural transformation. Primary sector is no longer the principal contributor to GDP. Secondly, the percentage share of primary sector in output and employment tended to decrease, while that of secondary and tertiary sectors tended to increase. For the economies of India and Pakistan, tertiary sector contributed more to GDP, but the economy of China, secondary sector contributed more to GDP. China took an experience of most developed countries in the world. और इसका रीज़न ये था कि इन केस ऑफ मोस्ट डेवलप्ड कंट्रीज द कंट्रीब्यूशन ऑफ सेकेंडरी सेक्टर टू जीडीपी इज मोर देन दैट ऑफ टर्शरी सेक्टर. Fifthly, we observe that India and Pakistan experienced a major shift from primary sector to tertiary sector. नेक्स्ट स्टेप वी हैव डेमोग्राफिक प्रोफाइल. अगर इस बेस पर हम इसको कंपेयर करते हैं तो अकॉर्डिंग टू द सर्वे 2011 द पॉपुलेशन ऑफ इंडिया वाज नियरली 1.2 बिलियन which was nearly 18% of the world's population. The population of China was nearly 1.34 billion, which was nearly 20% of the world's population. Thus, the combined population of India and China is 38% of the world's population, which leads to huge amount of maintenance investment. In 1979, China adopted a one-child policy. This led to a reduction of growth rate of population from 1.33 in 1979 to 0.47 in the recent past. Secondly, the growth rate of population is very high in India, 1.76%. At the existing rate of growth, population rate of India may soon exceed that in China. China has a very large geographical area than India. 143 persons per square kilometer in China, 382 persons per square kilometer in India. So China has low density of population compared to India. China has succeeded in providing better job opportunities outside agriculture than India. It shows a better sign of urbanization in China than in India. Sex ratio is found 940 in India as compared to China, which is 950 at per 1000 of males. Low sex ratio shows social backwardness. So it shows that population size of China is higher than that of India. Population growth rate of India is higher than that of China. Fertility rate in India is higher than that of China. Sex ratio in China is higher than that in India. Urbanization in China is higher than that of India. Finally, let's compare all the three countries, India, Pakistan and China, with the given table. Briefly, there are some points which we will discuss here. The first one is India attained independence in 1947, Pakistan also in 1947, and China became independent in 1949. Plans were initiated in India in 1951, in Pakistan 1956, and in China 1953. Now the reforms, most important point of comparison. The reforms which took place in India, the year is 1991. In Pakistan it was 1988, and in China it was 1978. If we talk of the GDP, according to 2019, India's GDP was $2.972 trillion. Pakistan's GDP was $274.05 billion, and China's GDP was $14.2 trillion. As per the GDP per capita 2011 PP US dollar, India's GDP per capita was US $6,829. Pakistan's was US dollar 4928 and China's was US dollar 16187. According to the density of population, India's density of population is 382 persons per square kilometer. Pakistan's is 256 persons per square kilometer. Whereas in case of China, the density of population is 153 persons per square kilometer. Let's talk of the Human Development Index points according to 2018 report. India's HDI point is 0.647 and Pakistan's is 0.560 and China's is 0.758. Infant mortality rate is 32 per thousand in India, 57.2 per thousand in Pakistan and 8 per thousand in China. Growth model of economy. India adopted mixed economy growth and Pakistan also mixed economy growth, and China continued to adopt command economy. So children, that was the last chapter of your syllabus. Prepare yourself for your board exams. Thank you very much.